We have two great folks in our midst, and I'll introduce first the lady, no stranger here as well. She is Miss Dianne Madray, and we have next to her Mr. Mark Benschop.
Yep.
All right. Well, Mark is here as leader of the Independent Party, and Dianne is here as campaign manager of that party as well. To you both, lady and gentlemen, welcome.
Yep,
Yet
thank
again.
you. Thank you. Thank you for
Alright,
having
thank
us.
you.
And good
So-
morning to your listeners,
Very well.
your viewers.
Should I start with Mark first, or should I start with Dianne to tell us about the Independent Party? Okay, we heard about this party, started to be in the running for the elections coming up May 11. And what is notable about this party, there is no presidential candidate. Is there, Mark, and the running mate?
Well, we basically, we are not running on that platform, right? As we keep explaining over and over that our objective basically is to become officially the third force in Parliament so that we can keep whoever becomes the next, whoever forms the next government, that is. And we are hoping and we are praying that the PPP regime will be voted out of office and that we will get a new government. But that new government has to be kept in check. And we believe that the Independent Party becoming the third force in Parliament with some seats to basically keep that government in check and to ensure that ordinary folks, to ensure that Guyanese in general get what they deserve. And in a democracy, I believe that it is essential at this point in time. And so thus our reason for continuing to campaign and ask citizens throughout this country to vote for us, give us some seats, let us go into Parliament, and they know that once I walk into Parliament, it's not going to be business as usual because it's going to be an absolute total reforming of the entire system for the benefit of all Guyanese.
All right, Mark, thank you. All right, let's get Dianne in here to tell us her part in this as campaign manager. How is it coming along so
It's
far?
going really well. And I think what we want to do is, as Mark indicated, to address the people of Guyana, because this is for them. The Independent Party represents them. We want to be the voice of Guyana, the voice of every citizen, every region, every race. And addressing some of the issues such as Mark has indicated on this campaign, justice. Justice is very important to us. Like, for example, on my way here this morning, I read, I was looking at the newspaper, Kaichor News, and one of the headlines said, Handang who have not returned police uniform. Now, how is that justice when we have so many individuals who are out there with criminal acts that have absconded, throughout Guyana or across Guyana, and we need to be able to get them back to face charges for women that have been killed, because one of our platforms is on women's issues.
Mhm.
You know?
How do you see being an independent party, let's see, with just putting something here, 1 or 2 seats or 3 seats in Parliament, how do you see that being able to really be a force, a great voice for the people?
Well, we saw what happened in 2011, one-seat majority. If we had the right person controlling the presidency, then that one-seat majority, one-seat difference would have certainly worked in favor of all Guyanese. Again, we are saying that our seats in Parliament would be used towards working for the benefit of all Guyanese. As Dianne indicated, justice, women, domestic violence. We're talking about empowering people as well. We do not want one party, regardless of what you call it, you dress it up and you call it. It is still one party. We do not want one party to get into Parliament or to get into the government and control the government without checks and balances, proper checks and balances. We will utilize our 3 seats. For example, or 3 or 4, I'm just saying 3 seats, you never know yet. We will utilize our seats in Parliament to ensure that we fight for the ordinary man, for ordinary Guyanese, for Guyanese in general. For example, if there is no majority government and the PPP regime is booted out of office, which is what's going to happen, they've got to go, and there's a new set of people form this government without a majority. It simply means that our seats in Parliament would be used towards bargaining for the Guyanese people, bargaining for people in general. For example, no budget can be passed unless they come through us. And we're going to say, what's in there for the small man? How can we protect the people of Region 10? How can we protect the people of Region 6 so that decisions are being made, of course, not by just one party, but with us, the independent party, having that input. We will go into the communities, talk to people, and ask them, what is it that you guys are looking for? So that when we vote in Parliament, in order to give our seats to the new government, in order for us to give those seats, we're going to say, look, we want you to have better roads in West Rumveld. We want playground. We want employment of youths in this country. And you show us, this new government, show us that you can do that, and then we will support you so that the people eventually can benefit. So, in other words, we're going in there as a watchdog for the people. It is essential in a democracy. And people who know me, especially over the years, they understand that I fight against injustices. They understand that I believe in empowering people, as what we have done through the Benschop Foundation, in empowering thousands of people, thousands of young people throughout this country. And I get that chance to do so in Parliament. Trust me, Guyana is going to breathe again.
All right, ma'am. How do you see, or how your party intends, let's say, handling? We had this one dropped on us for the first time, prorogation of Parliament. Let's say another one comes up. How will the independent party deal with this?
We don't, for example, let's say, and we are not against the coalition, mind you, right? Put that straight up. We're not against the coalition. We are not about to split anything as what the perception by some in the coalition, right? We are basically targeting the 100 and something thousand voters who didn't vote in 2011. We are targeting those who are undecided. We are targeting those who have said, look, we are fed up with both parties. We don't want to vote. We are saying to those individuals, okay, don't stay home. Don't waste your vote, in a sense, by not voting, but come on the independent party. Vote for us. Give us that chance. Now, in the event that there is the similarity with what happened in 2011 with a minority government, we're not going in there to kick out. We want a new government. We don't want the PNC there, right? And that is why I'm saying, we don't want the PPP there. Sorry. We think that 23 years of all sorts of gimmicks, enough is enough. It's time that they go. So we're not against the coalition. We want to, when we get in there, to work and ensure then that the people, the Guyanese people, get.
So you're not foreseeing any kind of prorogation?
No, I don't see the need for that, right? And we are not going to use our seats in Parliament to kick the coalition out of government if the people decide to put the coalition in there.
All right, we're coming down to time. How has been response been for you since you have launched your party? How are you feeling it from out there?
We're feeling it great. We were out, Diane, myself, and others. We were out in Region 6. We were in Region 3, and it's great.
So you started your campaigning?
Yeah. We have started our campaigning. People basically, a lot of people have said they're not going to vote. Period. They don't like what's happening in terms of politics. We are trying to change their minds and say, look, it's important that you vote. And so we were in Region 6, and we understand, based on what we have gathered from the people, they are fed up with the system.
All right. So where next are you heading for, to mobilize people or to sensitize people?
We will be mobilizing people all over, Diane.
Can I just address, in response to what you just asked? We are mobilizing around, we have like-minded individuals in the independent party, groups that are around the regions that we're covering, and we are mobilizing in that manner. And we're looking and listening, as Mark indicated earlier, we're looking and listening to what the people want. The independent party will represent the people of this Guyana, and we want their voices to be counted in this election.
So you say you've been in Berbice, and where else? So where's the next stop right after this conversation?
Well,
we have pockets, we have individuals that are around the region, so we are covering simultaneously. So it's not like one specific area right at this moment. They're around, our individuals are around the other areas. So we're moving along, simultaneously.
Okay, so
because it's short time before the election on May 11th.
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking.
Yes.
Which next community are you heading
We
to
are like
right
we
now?
are all over. We don't want to let people, the other parties, know that hey, we're going to be in area A,
Oh,
B, or C.
okay,
But
okay.
we are going to be in the communities, and we are urging people to come out and support the independent party, vote for the independent party. It's going to become the official third force in Parliament, and we're going to make Guyanese breathe again, because we're going to fight for people to be empowered. We're going to fight for youths to be employed. We're going to fight for your communities to look as it ought to be looking. Period.
All right, well, this is all the time we've got. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Ms.
much.
Dianne Madray, campaign manager, and Mr. Mark Benschop.
Thank